My name's Sam. I'm going to be your PT today. So I'm just going to go through a couple of things before we begin, just to ensure that you're ready to exercise, and also have a look at some goal setting principles, things like that. Okay? So before I begin, is there anything that I need to know medical? Anything in particular? No? Alright, so I'm just going to go run through a couple of questions just to make sure everything is alright, just from our end as well. So have you ever had a heart condition?
No.
Have you got any pain when you exercise in your chest or when you're just sitting, working?
No.
No? In the past month, have you ever had pain in your chest?
No.
Not even through anxiety, stress, fatigue?
No.
Okay. Do you ever lose your balance, dizziness, loss of consciousness? Do you have any joint bone problems?
No.
No? And no surgeries?
No.
Okay. Is your current doctor prescribing anything such as water pills?
No.
Antibiotics? No? And there's no other reason that you shouldn't be participating in exercise today?
No.
Okay, great. So I'll get you to fill out your personal details at the end, but let's just get to know you a little bit. So what was your purpose for coming into the gym today?
Get fit.
To get fit. Awesome. So that's generally what most people say as well.
Yeah.
When you say get fit, do you mean lose some weight, put some muscle on?
Put muscle on.
Put muscle on. So we want some more hypertrophy training. Any particular, like all over, or is it just upper or lower?
Yeah,
All over? Great. Do you know roughly how long you want to take for this goal? Is it for a specific event?
Competition in 3 months' time.
3 months' time. Okay. Do you know what you're currently sitting at body fat percentage-wise?
No, I don't have a clue.
Okay. So generally with competition level, we do want, before we start training for competition, we do want to get you down to about 7 to 8% body fat. So then we can use 14 weeks, which is approximately 3 months, to get you down to that 3 to 4%.
Yep.
So I think we probably need to go for a bit of a more longer term goal, maybe a year, I would say. So what we would focus on to begin with would be putting on a lot of muscle over the long part of a good year.
Yeah.
So we want to take probably about 6 months to do that. Then we would start leaning you up a little bit so you can comfortably sit around 6, 7, 8% body fat for a few number of weeks, while also making sure you're not doing too much cardio and you're not also in too much of a caloric deficit as well.
Yeah.
So does that sound okay to you?
Sounds good.
All right, awesome. Now, do you have any heart disease, high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, lung disorders?
No.
Is there any in the family, such as asthma?
Asthma? Yes, I have asthma.
Asthma.
Mild asthma.
Okay. So what actually makes that worse?
When I'm sick.
Okay, so generally it's being sick and just...
Not doing any fitness or anything like that, just sick.
Okay. And you've never been told that you're at risk of having a stroke?
No.
Okay. No heart murmurs, valve defects, racing heart, angina, epilepsy or seizures?
No.
Okay. And no dizzy spells?
No.
So based on your current level of fitness, how often would you say you do train each week?
Between 5 to 6.
5 to 6 sessions?
Yeah.
And about how long?
Probably about an hour.
About an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's no joint or muscular problems? You haven't had any tendons rip or nothing like that either? Great. And is there anything affecting you, your ability to train at all?
No.
Work, family,
No.
stresses? Okay. Great. So based on that, let's have a look at some short-term goals. So we already know and we've ascertained that our long-term goals, we do want to have a competition.
Yep.
So we do know that we need to get down to 3 to 4% body fat for this competition.
Yep.
We'll probably take about a year to do it, so you're probably going to be looking at February 2020
Yep.
to be in that competition level. So then let's break down the short-term goals. So what I like to do is do it every pretty much every 3 months, so it's 4 times a year, so every quarter. So your first quarter, based on already exercising 5 to 6 times a week, what I would want to do is have a look at a dietary change instead of an exercise change to begin with.
Yeah.
I'd like to try and get some weight off a little bit more fat off to begin with, just to make sure that we don't have exposed to any hormone or endocrine system issues as well.
Yeah.
Once we've done that in our second quarter, I would like, based on still that long-term goal, to put on some size. So during this stage, we would actually approach a nutritionist or a dietitian to give you your macro and micronutrients to obviously put on that muscle size.
Yeah.
Okay, once that, while still continuing training. We'd probably also go into a split training program. So are you familiar with split training programs?
Kind of.
Okay, so basically what we'd be looking at would be like Monday would be chest and triceps,
Yeah.
Tuesday would be legs and calves, Wednesday would be back and biceps, Thursday we'd do shoulders, then we'd probably do Friday, we'd do another set of legs, so we'd like to split between quads and hamstrings.
Yeah.
So we'd do the front line, then we would do our back line as well.
Yeah.
When we move into our third quarter, I would like to also continue maybe adding in a little bit of cardio, not too much at this stage because we want to be using the cardio when we get closer to obviously getting to that 3 to 4% body fat.
Yeah.
Then in the fourth quarter, which is obviously getting near the 12-month mark, we're making sure that we're really stripping you down. So during that fourth quarter, by the end of it, it'd be good if we could have you sitting around 10 to 12%. Once we've got that level, then we can finally start the actual cutting phase and really make sure that you're going to be competition ready. So how does that sound for a set of goals?
Yeah, sounds good.
Great.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I can draw up all these programs, and I'll also have our long-term goal because it's going to be a long-term goal. We just need to make sure that is realistic. The way we're going to measure it all the way through is we'll focus on some fitness testing first because that's still a passion that you did mention at the beginning that you wanted to achieve, was some fitness. So we'll run some fitness tests to begin with, and then we can run them every 6 to 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Then we'll also do it through the scales just to keep you accountable each week,
Yeah.
and we'll also go through your skin folds and measurements as well.
Yeah.
So we'd probably do that once a month just to make sure that we're reaching the shorter term goals each quarter as we go through.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions in regards to that?
No.
No? Okay. All right. I think I've got everything here. I'll just get you to sign at the bottom, and then we're all good to go.
Just that one.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank you. It was lovely to meet you.
Yeah,
And
same.
looking forward to the program. Okay. So something like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to.
There's a lot of detail in everything, isn't there?
There is a lot of detail, but you've also got to remember I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.